No, I don't think we will.
Okay, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We are live. In the pre-show memes.
No, I don't think we
In the pre Okay, that's fine. Everything is fine.
Oh.
Ow. Bring this a little closer. There we go. Alright, we got 12 minutes before stream officially starts. What do we got for pre-show memes?
I don't really got anything. Sorry.
What's been going on?
But what do you mean?
What's been going on?
Like,
It's an open-ended question. It can be answered in any way possible.
we make it so it's open-ended. It makes it harder for me to answer.
Yeah, well, pick one avenue out of the many. Or don't.
I mean,
You know?
I guess I've been busy reading web novels as always, so
Which web
that's
novels?
a lot.
Oh.
Cicada, Don't Confiscate My Citizenship, Cataclysm Card King, Paradise Abyss doesn't allow Idle Wanderers, any like sort of series or whatever.
Oh, wow. It's a lot. It's like more than 2.
I mean, it's only updating like one a day, so it's like 2 minutes or something.
We know there's one webtoon series going on for anime right now. Viral Hit. Have you seen that one or read that one?
Yeah, I read that one. I think the manhwa because it's Korean.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll keep watching it. The
What is it called,
adaptation looks like
manhwa?
shit, but it's
Uh,
just how it's
just
to
the-
distinguish it
the-
from manga.
Yeah, it's like the Korean terms because they all write
Yeah.
it slightly differently.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We read a couple manhwas before, right? Or webtoons, I guess. I don't know if they were Korean source,
Yep.
but yeah, we read what was the one that we read? We read About Death, or if it had a different name, I don't remember. But you picked us to read that one, so that's like a webtoon. And one of the main differences is just the vertical viewing of these stories, whereas
Verticality.
yeah,
Much like that one Canadian bill that's vertical for some reason.
And the one I have a copy of the first volume of Solo Leveling here, and I think I have some other physical copy of something that was sent to me by 7Cs called Choco.
Oh yeah.
But why am I getting warnings from YouTube? Lower than the recommended bitrate? Bro, I get yelled at by every service. It's like Twitch is like, this bitrate's too high, and then YouTube's like, this bitrate's too low. How about you go fuck yourself? How about that? Like, hold on, let me just fix this real quick. Let's try
communism. We need to share the bit rates. You can't be taking it all.
Let's try 5,000. How about a 5,000 bitrate? How's that, YouTube?
Is that a lot or is that too little? I don't know how much.
I don't know either.
Oh, okay. So we're just
their recommended bitrate is 6,800. Normally, I had it set to 6,000, but when you do that, Twitch yells at you, even though its recommended is also 6,000, and it says it's too high. Why does it do that? I don't fucking know, but you have to ask Twitch about that. I'm setting it to 5,000 and saying, fuck you. Okay, it gave me the warning about it still anyways. So...
Going good. What are you telling me? Missing out Twitch day by day.
Somebody tried to play a sound alert, didn't they? Well, guess what? It's turned off, so it won't be happening.
Someone was trying to have a little bit of fun, eh?
How dare you? Who dares have fun? Oh, the webtoon thing. So, I have 2 physical webtoons. I do not like webtoons when they are turned physical. I've discovered from the 2 volumes I've read.
The orientation's different.
No.
Webno. They have to, like, the nature of webtoons is how it's meant to be read, makes it so that they design a lot of how the panels should be viewed in ways that work with that medium. When you convert that, like, they do a good job the people who edit those physically to like make it look good when the panels are next to each other, but it feels super fucking awkward reading the panels next to each other. They just feel awkward. I don't, it's just something about the shift in how the story is presented is very clearly not how it was intended to be presented, and it feels wonky as a result.
So what you're telling me is that we need to convert it into like a scroll that to read vertically? Is that how we do it?
You know, perhaps. Perhaps.
The
Okay,
intended method.
YouTube is still angry at me for not having it at 6,800 bitrate. Let me go here. I'm going to say 6,000, which is the bitrate I had it at prior to me messing with it to try to make Twitch happy, okay? Now we're at 6,000 bitrate. And now I wait to see if YouTube is angry at 6,000 and wants me to set to 6,800, which is what it said should be the recommended bitrate. Okay, now it says excellent connection when I do that. But now, if I go to Twitch, probably going to be angry at me later. Not now, but later.
This is a no fun zone, chap.
To allow me to make a slight adjustment then. After I see Twitch gets angry.
5,900?
If I see it gets angry, yes, I will change it to 5,900 and see if that fixes things. It won't, but we'll see.
we need to find the compromise.
We gotta find the perfect balance. Oh wait, can I set? Maybe I can set.
Oh,
you
it's
can
individually.
So yeah, the thing that I use to multi-stream will also let you adjust the bit rates for them, but it will not let you adjust the bit rate while it is live. So I am not able to adjust the bit rate while we're live. Okay.
Well, you got it for next time.
So far, Twitch is not angry. I will refresh the page. Alright, Twitch is still not angry yet. We'll just leave it at that. Are we up on Kick? We're up on Kick. For all of my Kick fans, so many of them. I've got 3 followers on there. That's a lot. That's more than 2.
Less than 4.
Less than 4, yeah. Hey, if you're one of the few people watching the stream on YouTube, there's a like button. You're supposed to press it. Do it.
And if you're on Twitch, there's a follow button. You're supposed to press that too.
There's also a sub button, which you should definitely do on both the platforms. One of which gives you money. So press that one definitely.
One which loses you money though.
Make sure to press the reoccurring sub button too, so that you don't even have to think about it next month. We just don't have to.
You're gonna sub anyway. We already know.
You just give me your money. Just give me everything. Like, okay, why is YouTube giving me a suggestion now? The audio stream's bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bit. How could my bitrate for audio be 0? That is impossible. You are hearing me.
Your bitrate for audio is 0, chap. We can't hear you.
It cannot be 0.
I can't understand.
I don't know why me when I lie. Like, what are you doing? Audio bitrate 160 is what I have it set to. And this is telling me to use an audio of 128 or higher. I have it set to 160. The fuck you want from me? I do everything right, and everything is still trying to fight me. You know what? Fuck you, YouTube. We don't care about your little suggestion. How about you get the fuck out of my face? How about that?
Damn.
There we go. 4 minutes.
A lot of damage.
We are waiting on Ari. I will send out pings to people now. Ping. Boom. You just got pinged. Boom. Blue Sky and Twitter. Boom, boom, boom. You get a ping, and you get a ping.
Things that have been happening.
Yeah, I had two possible choices for the thumbnail to use. Usually I try to do the first volume of the two that we read for that week, unless the second volume's cover just looks way better to use, which I did a couple times with Dorohedoro. In this case, the volume 3 cover was a lot more higher quality, but it kind of was not much to it. It was just Phos with her golden arms and like Antarcticite like
Antarctica.
on her. But like you can't even see Antarcticite. You can only see like his butt and like the heel.
I mean, clearly that's what's important part to some people.
But whereas the spring one, well, I guess it's like I'm a little confused by this other little detail too. They make a whole big deal of it being spring, and then they say get your summer clothes. I'm like, well, are we skipping a season here? What's?
I don't know, man. Look, Red
But
Barrel
I guess
made some stuff, and you know,
it's probably just something like they don't have spring clothes; they just have winter and summer clothes. So like once they go to fall, they switch to winter clothes, maybe. Probably something like
probably
that.
right.
Ads will run shortly for some viewers. There's a button that says skip ads. Am I able to just tell them all to fuck off? No ads?
Yo, that'd be pretty based, honestly.
Listen, if you are watching this channel and you do not want to see ads, but you still want to support it, then the easiest thing you to do for every single channel on YouTube is not turn on ad block. It's to get YouTube Premium, where every single view that you give a video will support them more than if you watch ads. It's actually really fucking based.
Yeah, but then it's usually premium.
YouTube Premium is not bad. What's wrong with YouTube Premium? There's no negatives. It's just a good service. It's just based. That's all I can say about it. Stop recommending me to turn up my audio stream bitrate. It is not at 0.
Nice job, team.
It cannot be at 0. I don't know why YouTube thinks exactly. I'm just not. I'm losing my fucking mind at this shit. Why does it keep telling me this? It's not possible to be 0 bitrate audio. You wouldn't hear me. You wouldn't hear anything. All right, you are just in time. It is 8 o'clock. Are we ready? Are we all here? Are we all ready?
Is everyone here?
Yeah, I
assume
believe so.
so.
Because Mitz is not going to be here this week. Nyan's backing out of Land of the Lustrous entirely, it sounds like, which, not too surprising, but it's fine. It's fine. We understand. It's okay. I'm not crying.
Chapter
Cowards,
20.
all of them.
True. True. I can't believe Anne actually left book club as soon as they thought Fujita died. If they had only read one more chapter, they would have come back the
Why don't we
next
just
week.
spoil?
And that's the problem. I feel like we should.
It's at this point now where I feel like it'd be really funny if they haven't heard somewhere yet that Fujita didn't actually die, and then they immediately join back next week. But I also feel like it'd be funnier if we just let them figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know which is funnier, but
The problem is, like, how long is that gonna take for the,
I don't know.
like maybe a year from now we'll hear Nyan be like, "Yo, Fujita isn't dead."
We got to pull an epic prank where every time we're in a voice chat with Anne and we're talking about Dorohedoro, we just talk about, man, it's so bullshit how Fujita died at that one point. It just was never the same after he died.
Kev, I'm already doing that.
You're already on the gaslight mission. Okay, all right.
No. I'm just like, Nyan, just be brave like Fujita.
All right. I think we're ready to go. We're all here, and we're not waiting on anybody, so we're ready to go. Okay, let me take this off, and we'll go.
Don't worry, I'm way ahead on the gaslighting.
Wow. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club here at youtube.wolfborg.com, twitch.wolfborg.com, and kick.wolfborg.com, all at the same time, despite whatever rules might be angry at me for doing it. Mostly Twitch. Fuck you, Twitch. Anyways, welcome. This is episode 30. This is episode 34, and we got the crew from last week back to talk about Land of the Lustrous, except for a Mist, who was not able to come tonight. Maybe he'll be here next week. I don't know. We'll see. So, we are going to be talking about volumes 3 and 4 this week. But first, let's introduce the folks we got here talking about this stuff today. So first of all, in alphabetical order, we have Arimia. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Arumia. I like shonen shit. This week I've been reading A Date with Death, which is a romance visual novel. Indie one written by an acquaintance, and it's about the Grim Reaper trying to take your soul. Or not.
Oh. Or not.
Or not.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I should be scared or not. Will they give me tickets to go see their film?
I'm not telling you anymore. You have to go play it.
Oh.
It's free on Steam and itch.io.
Oh, you know what else is free on Steam and itch.io? Well, not itch.io, but 100% orange juice, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Go
All
play 100% orange juice.
Or at least grab it before it's not free, and then maybe play it with us later. I don't know.
And that's more pure than Walter White's meth.
True. All right, thank you so much for that, Arimia. Thank you so much for that, Arimia. Next up, it's me, Chapfofolite, a.k.a. Chaplin, a.k.a. Wolfborg, a.k.a. the best host streamer of all anime book clubs, a.k.a. manga book clubs, whatever you want to call these things. I am here to talk about these fucking gems and doing their gem things, and for would I recommend anything? I don't even know if I would recommend. I've been watching Dexter the past couple days for the first time ever. It's like fucked up serial killer, weird but like interesting. I don't know if it's like having seen Breaking Bad, it's hard for most other live action long running shows, drama shows or whatever to like sell me. The Wire was great. Dexter is like mildly interesting but like also kind of like half shitty serial killer like crime thriller books or whatever, because I think it is based on some series or whatever, some like book series. It's fine. Dexter's fine. It's interesting so far. I'm on like season 2, so don't know if I would highly recommend it yet. I've heard the ending is dog shit, but we'll get to that when I get there. So
Who doesn't love a bad ending? You know, that's just a recurring theme in our book club
having seen Breaking Bad, it's hard to find shows with better endings, because Breaking Bad kind of set a high fucking bar for it. And many shows just fumble the bag, like Game of Thrones and supposedly Dexter. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll see. All right. That was me. And next up, we have our next gem here on the list, Shadowite. Introduce yourself.
I've shot in before. I play video games. I'm mostly doing Mega Man Zero during the week. You join me in for that? Right. I do Mega Man Zero with like 5 asterisks.
Oh. What do the asterisks mean?
Okay, well, it's not 5, it's 3 right now. I want to add some more eventually.
Liar.
I just want to know what one of them means.
Okay, I can't die. 9 picks the stage order. What was the third? I can't use Cyber Elves. That's the third one.
All right, well, if you're interested in those things, go check those out. I don't know anything about any of that, but I believe in you and your power to defeat Mega Man games despite the challenges thrown across your path. I believe in you.
Potentially.
You can do this. I believe in you. And last but not least, we have Turando. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Trendo, and I like to read.
Well, thank you so much for that. That's all you need to be here. Welcome, everybody. Once again, it is time for volumes 3 and 4 discussion to begin. I actually did take notes this time. I read, I think, both the volumes within like 2 days after last time, and then I just went through it again earlier today, the volumes, to like see if there was anything notable that I really wanted to mention or whatever. So I took a couple notes to remind myself of things that happened. So I actually have things written down, some of which I wanted to bring up, others I wanted to just write down so I remembered it. So what
some
did
of my
we
notes
think?
My notes are pretty light on this one because the
Okay.
first volume it has like 3 characters for like most of it, so I was pretty easy to keep track of.
Right. I understand. Okay, so volumes 3 and 4. How did we feel about these volumes in general? What are our feelings? We had a lot going on. We had 2 new gems introduced. Antarcticite. I think that's how you pronounce it. Antarcticite. Antarcticite. Antarcticite.
Canadianite.
And Alexandrite. Okay.
Keep talking so that I understand where we are in the story.
Oh my god, you don't even remember. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Just for context here, Arimia, in the middle of our stream last week, was reading past where we were supposed to read for this week. They're like 60 fucking chapters in.
No, I'm only like 50 something.
Jesus Christ.
It's so bingeable.
Says you. Speak for yourself.
We're on
Well,
volume.
yes,
we're on
it's
chapter
good.
28.
That's
We're on
good.
chapter-
It just look there's
You're
a
like-
big time commitment from me. At least.
You're like twice as far as we are supposed to be right now.
The problem is that like I had the tab open, so I just kept like
You're
whenever I would
looking
close
over?
something, I would go back over to the tab, and it's like, I'll read one more chapter, and then I just kept doing that for like a week straight.
I'll read one more. Hold on.
It
Well,
wasn't all in one night; it was over several days. But
I'll read another one.
By several, they
Alright,
mean like
we're
2.
halfway there.
They mean like 2. They mean last week during and after book club, and then like the morning after. Okay, there was like those 2. All I know is Annulus has the receipts. Okay, we have dates and timestamps associated with these things. So
I like to remember it. I already had to update a thing every time. All right.
hey, it's important.
This is an
okay?
act of commitment.
That's it happens.
anyway, so what did y'all think of the chapters?
Yeah, so much happened. Probably less so than you think happened. I don't know. So,
Sorry, could you tell us what happened?
all right. So we have
Winter.
winter. Yes, it starts with winter. We have 2 seasonal things. Transitions that happen. There's the winter hibernation that the gems deal with, which was most of the 4th volume.
This
I'm
was
not
just
fourth,
a week
the
away.
3rd volume. The 3rd volume was pretty much all winter, and then by the end of it they wake up for spring. And winter is usually all of the gems hibernate. They even get their own sleepwear, which Red Barrel designs for all of them, and is like very like adamant about like how she wants the sleepwear design, even though they don't do anything except sleep all winter. They're in like it's just these gems sleeping in this very cozy like mess of blankets in a giant room. And then
it's
I guess
a giant room that's just entirely blankets or whatever.
yeah, except Cinnabar, who I guess does winter on her own, wherever in a cave
Sleep
somewhere.
with
I
the
guess
homies.
I don't.
Yeah, in the cave or something.
Fos,
Acid-proof blankets.
but Fos did not feel tired this year. Fos stayed up, probably as a result of the change in her legs, which had happened.
Yep.
And before we even get into the winter stuff, I forgot there was a whole battle that happened prior, because at the end of Volume 2, Fos teamed up with the Amethyst twins, so that they could show off like what she should do in combat. And now she has her fast legs to try and figure out what to do. And immediately on her first day, the Amethyst twins get fucked up by a new type Lunarian, which is established. They're apparently new type Lunarians which use bits of the gems they've captured in the past. So like the one that they fought had bits of Sapphire, who I don't think we ever met, but they were just a gem from before that was already captured.
They used to be partners with Yellow Diamond.
Yeah, something like that. So the Amethyst twins were pretty much like almost taken away entirely by this Lunarian, mostly because Fos, when they were telling Fos to go run and get Sensei, was just frozen in fear by the whole incident and then just didn't do anything. Luckily, Sensei was there and did save them. Sensei's got some shady things going on, multiple shady things going on related to the Lunarians. The first one is when he showed up in that fight, he's saying things like, "You poor thing," before he gets rid of that Lunarian. So he has this like weird mixed feelings towards it. It doesn't seem like he hates them or whatever. It's like a weird thing. I don't understand what's going on with
Sensei?
that. Huh?
Who
Yeah,
are you
Sensei.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a
he's
big man.
the
I
big
don't know
dude.
anything about it yet, so I'm not like I honestly wonder if he's like a Lunarian himself, a moon person himself. Like, and he came down here and somehow maybe fused with a gem or something.
I was
That's
wondering
my
about
current
that.
theory.
So I was wondering about that, and also I had like concerns about. They keep making jokes about how much he'll sleep. Like he'll even sleep and like smash his head into the wall just from wanting to nod off in the middle of like walking or whatever. And like it's always passed off as a joke, but I also wonder if that's like important to whatever the fuck he is.
He needs his sleep, all
I
right.
assume it's pretty important because he also like always catches himself. He's like, "I'm going to sleep." I mean, meditate. I said meditate.
Just meditating. That's all there is. You know, so
You did not hear me say sleep.
Sensei has some weird things going on with that, and the Lunarian that we see at the end of Volume 4. Well, I say at the end, this Lunarian was pretty much like all of Volume 4, pretty much. The big, like, multi-armed
He was there for a while.
Lunarian that turned out to be a dog that Sensei clearly knew, and he was like, "Shiro, oh, what happened to your paw? Sit, boy." And then it was just like sleeping inside of this giant like dog thing. When they cut up the dog thing prior to Sensei waking up, it like broke off into like little fluffy dogs, like 108 pieces of a fluffy dog thing. And then when they put it back together, it became like the thing again. But Sensei clearly knows this fucking thing. It's treating it like this was his dog, which made me even more think maybe he's a Lunarian. I don't know. Maybe
He's
a
a little
Lunarian who doesn't like the other Lunarians now. So I don't know. But he also keeps making references to the ancient life forms that used to live there in various ways. And I don't know if the ancient life forms are supposed to refer to humans or if they're supposed to refer to something else. But he keeps referring to them in like a couple of areas. But so Sensei has weirdness going on with him, which the end of Volume 4 seemed like it was Fos was really questioning that. Talked to Cinnabar about it. Cinnabar's like, everybody pretty much knows he's hiding something, but nobody's really questioned exactly what it was because they're just putting their trust in him anyways. That he's not like hiding something to like hurt them or whatever. Probably hiding something for their own good.
She starts hallucinating.
Yeah, she starts hallucinating quite often with visions of a whole bunch of things because she's got guilt about Antarcticite. But we got to get into what happened with Antarcticite, right? So winter happens. Well, the gems go to sleep, except for Fos, who doesn't feel tired this year. And then we're introduced to a new gem, first we were introduced to Alexandrite, who demands to be called Alexi, which had something to do with, I guess, the Japanese translation, I guess. But they're a Lunarian, like, maniac, enthusiast, researcher person. And then Antarcticite is the, like, basically only active in winter because of the nature of the gem they're based on. They're, like, normally in pure liquid form until the temperature drops past a certain point, and then they crystallize. So Antarcticite is not around until winter, and then they're pretty much the guardian for winter alone.
He's doing reverse hibernation.
You know, yeah, pretty much. But this year they have to team up with Fos, and he's like, "What the fuck? You're supposed to be asleep. I want my alone time with Sensei. I want to be able to hug Sensei without you fuckers around." So
yeah,
they had like an annual ritual with that, I guess. So Antarcticite, I like Antarcticite's design. I like how it's like, because everybody else has their own different outfits, right? We're starting off the series with them all wearing, I'm assuming that's like their winter outfits, where it's like black, mostly black attire, like mostly black suits, whereas Antarcticite rocks up with a full white suit with like black gloves. Like, yo, that looks sick. And they mostly deal with, they'll watch for Lunarians, but it seems like mostly in the winter they're dealing with ice flows, which are like large groups of ice that float around. So, you know, during winter, a lot of these things will show up. And he deals with the ice flows because they're also considered gems, and they're also like scraping against each other and make a lot of noise, which they don't want to be waking up the other gems from all that noise, I guess. So they just go and I guess kill them. I don't know if it's killing or if it's just breaking them to pieces or something like that. And because if they're gems, they won't die, but like just stop them from being massive and screeching by scraping against each other for the winter, I guess. But apparently, they also talk. They're also kind of fucking creepy. And Phos can hear their talks. Because now, after all the weird shit that happened last time, where she was able to hear the snail thing talk to her from being inside the snail thing, she can also hear the ice flows talk very clearly. And they trick her into giving up her arms. I don't understand how the ice flows took the arms, but they took the arms. Don't know what they did with
scraped it off.
They just kind of like said,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, they're gone now," and then like
I just
Antarctica.
assumed something bit them off or something. Like,
Yeah. So something took the arms, and Antarctica tried looking for them, could not find them. So now her arms are gone, and then they had to tried to go to. I don't remember how you pronounce it. There's a specific beach where all of these gems are born, quote unquote. And by
Just going on
born,
the quiz, huh?
by born we mean like where they were washed up eventually in life during their formation. The shore
Yeah.
of Nascency, or I don't know how you pronounce it, or what its meaning is. I forgot to actually look up what the meaning is supposed to be.
I think in our translation it was just like the beach of beginning or something.
That's what it was. in my
Okay, and
translation.
the official translation calls it the beach of Nascency, but it probably means something like beginning, maybe. But it was like
Yeah.
Nascency or something like that. So they try to go there to find pieces that they could use for phospholite instead for her arms, and because they have her legs were able to work with the agate. Is that how you say it? Her like legs are like a different material, so they're trying to look around for other materials that they could try to use with their arms. And the only real thing they could mostly find on the beach at the time was a whole bunch of gold and platinum alloys, which they then tried to do, and apparently that works. But there's a big, long transformation sequence that she could not control involved with her inclusions, trying to be okay with this new material. And during that time, Antarctica got fucked up by a Lunarian and taken away before Phos could do anything.
Except
so-
for exactly his foot. His left foot.
We have 1 foot of Antarctica. And now Phos is just gonna keep having like delusions of Antarctica every day now, pretty much. But once that interaction happened, Phos's golden arms, apparently she got more used to it, and now she's like super double omega powered when in battle, and just handled guarding from the Lunarians and the ice flows for like the rest of winter. And her personality is now drastically changed. She's made her hair shorter and moved some of the bits of her hair that she like moved to like other parts to make up for her missing pieces. And
It's the emo phase.
yeah, pretty much, because she's not at all the happy, fun, like goofy, dumb foe that we know anymore. Now they're like all stoic and sad, pretty much. Which understandably so with some of the things that happen, but also like we're seeing changes to her personality that are probably also a result of parts of her memories being affected by all this too, with like 4
She's
of her
not, like-
limbs now being replaced. So
Yeah. I mean, memory bank is a little lacking, to be honest.
I will say there's one bit I was like annoyed by. Volume 3 ends with the like panel of her with a dark face saying, "Who's Cinnabar?" And it's like trying to be like a whole cliffhanger, like, oh my god, she forgot the one person she was trying so hard to. And then like volume 4 is like, oh, never mind. No, yeah, I know Cinnabar is. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I said that. And I was like, oh, so we didn't actually forget. It's just trying to tease that like she's on the brink of forgetting if like she keeps having drastic changes like this happen to her, I guess. But that seemed like a kind of reveal where it's like, oh my god, I can't wait for volume 4 so I can see how the story's changed now that she
I
doesn't
know
even
next
recognize
time on
Cinnabar.
Dragon Ball Z.
And then like I open on volume 4 and she's me like, oh, sorry, I didn't say that. I totally know who she is. And I'm like, oh, okay. So all right, cool. That's one way to do a cliffhanger, I guess. So, but her waking up has interested all the other gems. They're like, holy shit, look at these fucking arms. Rutile wants to experiment on her. Red Barrel's like, who the fuck said you could change your appearance? Now I have to redesign all your
I designed a new
clothes.
grip for you.
There's a nice little, like, couple panels where you see all the other gems in their summer attire, but you don't see Fos. Fos is still in their winter attire because Red Barrel hasn't been able to make her new attire yet. So you get to see like the comparison between the two different styles of outfits that have been designed, which is pretty cool. But I thought that was really funny. Red Barrel just being like, "Who the fuck said? Oh my god, did you grow too? How the fuck am I supposed to design your shit now? Who said you could adjust your hair? You're supposed to, you're supposed to be designed in my image. God damn it! I'm here to make all you guys look beautiful. Okay, motherfuckers. You can't go around changing your shit without my permission." So, it's a long series of all the other gems having like their own comedic moments with Fos, and Fos just being like, "Can you leave me the fuck alone, guys?" I mean, there was a funny bit where she's like hiding under a desk and trying to be like, "Sensei, make them stop." And Sensei's like, "Wow, you're very popular, aren't you?" He's like, and then he's like,
"Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Everyone line up, okay, one
Yeah.
at a time."
line up, guys. And then she's already gone. She's like, "Oh, I was
Sensei's
just
like,
joking."
wow, you're so popular. I know how to handle this. Everyone, come on.
Just line
Line
up,
up,
line up.
one at a
And then there was
time.
like another scene later on at night where like she's just sitting on a bench. She's talking with somebody at first, then she's talking to Rutile, and then like nobody else is there except she sees the shadow of like Bort. She's like, "Next, I guess," because like now she has to deal with everybody being like, "All right, I want to go talk to Fos now. I want to see what's going on with her change." Oh, it's you know.
Yeah, because Spose goes from being the kind of just like
Useless.
little
Newbie.
The
sibling.
3.5 of the group, yeah.
Yeah, the youngest sibling that's like I think False is the second youngest, but
Youngest.
treated as the youngest
sure
that
she's the
everybody is
youngest.
like way older than and just a lot busier and they're just like, "Oh, False, just go do your thing." And now they're all like, "Oh my goodness, have you seen False?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
She's hot shit now.
Oh
Oh my
my
god.
gosh."
She even like gets away from them at some point, but putting a fake gold clone of her in her place, which is then reused several times, which is great. Okay, like, and it also goes to show the extent of her arm abilities too, where like the gold is like all malleable and like semi-fluid, like on her own command, so she could do a whole bunch of cool things with it, and uses it a lot for her battles. So it's pretty cool. Then she gets the eye of Bort, who's like, "You're my partner now," basically. Well, I think she asked, but I think the assumption is, "You're going to be my partner." And then she's like,
I don't know.
but what about Diamond? She'll deal with it.
Fuck her.
And then Fos is like, "Well, I guess I gotta go tell Diamond." Diamond, I feel so bad for Diamond. I want some redemption for Diamond. Diamond hasn't had anything good happen. Why do you not feel bad for Diamond? Okay, Diamond's just like, I want to be.
Bad has happened, therefore I feel neutral on this.
Diamond's just like, I feel useless. I want to be able to help Bort. I feel like I'm just a pain. And then she tries to give advice to Fos before being like, maybe you should try going through some changes. Maybe that'll help out, your thing. And now Fos is here, completely changed, and Bort immediately wants to be her partner. Bro, Diamond is dying inside. I would be dying inside, okay? Motherfucker. Like, if I'm already feeling that useless and the most useless person in the group is suddenly, like, wanted instead of me, bro, I would die. Go on now. Like,
Just
I feel so bad.
I guess I did ask you to change. Look what happened now.
And like she's putting on like a smile about it the whole time, trying to act like nothing's wrong. But I mean, she is saying like it's infuriating, but with a smile on her face. So I don't know if she's about to have a Joker moment or whatever. I don't know if she's about to fuck them all up, betray them all for the Team Lunarians when they finally do want. Well, I think the problem is the Lunarians don't really want her, right? Oh no, Cinnabar's the one that they didn't want. I don't know if they wanted Diamond.
Yeah, Cinnabar's the one they don't want. So.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want poison? I don't.
Listen. I'm just saying, Diamond, I feel bad for Diamond, okay? I want redemption arc for Diamond, alright? I don't know if I want Diamond to go through, like, some major changes like Fos has, but I want something for Diamond. I feel bad. And Bort just doesn't give a fuck. It just doesn't even register. They seem like they do care about Diamond, but, like, not... They're more concerned with combat. They're, like, always only thinking about combat. They, like, meet up with Fos and immediately have, like, an entire video essays worth of notes about how to improve Fos's combat already. It's like, Jesus Christ, you've been thinking a lot about me, and you've only been awake for like a couple days. Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus. And they go to battle, and that's when they meet up with the new Lunarian doggo thing, the many-armed doggo thing, which I'm sure is a big Buddhism reference in itself. Like it's just a bunch of arms coming out of portals at first, and then the big creature comes out. Sensei's asleep during this time. Everybody's on. I find it hilarious that they have this concept, the concept of a sensei nap time shift schedule, where they're just like, you know, we'll just go in these certain patterns and these times while sensei's asleep to, like, you know, make up for the fact that sensei's asleep. I just find it hilarious that they have a nap time.
Man needs his
schedule.
rest.
Does he though? You know.
Yes.
You know, it's fine. It's fine. But oh, Lexi drops a couple lines of dialogue at certain points to, like, ask questions about how to describe some Lunarians. They have, like, certain terms that they use for parts of Lunarians. They're made up of things called rabble, which I'm assuming are, like, the many beings within this thing. They have a vessel. They have vessels. They have halos. They have, like, different aspects to, like, their descriptions that, like, Alexi is like accustomed to asking about now. And the reason for this, it turns out during the fight we find out, is because the Lunarians cause Lexi to change. They cause her to change either into red Lexi, which is a color shift, attitude shift, strength shift. I guess she goes, like, crazy mode and just is, like, super strong, or she faints. There's, like, two modes. It's just red Lex or faint.
No, hold on. I'm quoting the manga for this. It's Alex's loser version.
No. Okay, I don't know if the official one ever referred to it like that, but, you know.
That's funny though. That's funny.
I mean, you know, I just remembered the bonus chapter where Faust was asking,
like, a roulette wheel.
Yeah, Faust was like, what determines, you know, how do you decide when to transform or to faint? And she's like, well, I've been asked this many times before, and I've created a device to explain this perfectly. And it's just a giant wheel that's, like, actually just 50-50, and she just spins it, and she's like, Faust is just like, is this really gonna explain? Is this really how you choose? He's like, well, do you feel the chaos going on? Do you feel the craziness going on? That's pretty much what goes on when I'm deciding. I'm like, all right, you know, that's fair enough. But she's been, like, experimenting too. She's, like, obsessed with Lunarians, probably in terms of, like, I want to know why I keep transforming from the Lunarians. The real life thing is, like, it's an effect of gems like Alexandrite, where certain types of light will change the color of the gem itself. So that's, like, the real life relation to that. And apparently pictures don't work on Alexi. They tried that, and it doesn't work on her. Also, the 3D versions, which Faust will try to make out of gold, those also don't work, I guess. Also, she has a notebook of Lunarian OCs she's designed. I thought that was a nice little funny detail to throw in there. She's no, those are my Lunarian OCs. Don't look at those. Don't look at those. I'm just imagining her writing Lunarian fan fictions and shit.
I mean, that's essentially like serial killer OCs at this point.
Damn.
That's like Nyan.
Oh my god. So, yeah, so we had a whole interaction with this dog thing that shows up, tries to take part. I don't even know if it was trying to take this away. At this point, now that we know it's a dog, I feel like it was just trying to play with them. I don't even know if it was sent to attack them.
Trolling.
It's like, maybe it was sent to attack them and to bring them back, but at the end, it didn't seem like that was what was happening. It seemed like it just wanted to chill, and then it disappeared when it met with Sensei. But also, the Lunarians had to have sent it there, though, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the snail thing. They sent the snail thing to try to, well, at first try to absorb them, but if not, try to trick one of them and bringing them there. So, you know, there was probably some grand scheme behind the scenes with the Lunarians, but the interesting thing was that thing was sent with the, like, little symbol that shows beforehand being, like, double. I think it was like double suns, like double stars or something like that.
Sun stuff. Sun. I can't.
Sunblot, sunspot.
Sunspot.
Yeah, there was like two of them
one
for this, and Bort was like, "That's fucking new. What the fuck is that? I've never seen that
Some
before."
advanced tech they don't tell you about, huh?
Yeah, Phos is kind of like better now at identifying which are the new types and which are the old types of Lunarians because they're trying to find the pieces of like Antarcticite, which usually the new types of Lunarians will have pieces of some of the other gems. So they're trying to get back some of the pieces and trying to mostly hunt down new type Lunarians to get those back. So they were starting the fight, then they start trying to being like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. And Bort's like, ring the bell 6 times. And like Phos is like thinking like, oh, that's going to
Oh.
bring everybody here. We can take it together. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, that's going to tell everybody to stay in place. We can't fucking fight this thing. We're just going to bring it to the school. Everybody should be, out on their Lunarian watch schedule. So nobody should be there, right? Diamond is still there. Alexandrate's still
Diamond's at
there.
home.
Several of them are apparently still there. So they're just like,
Yeah,
shit.
it's still abort.
So, and then Sensei wakes up. Is like, "Oh, that's my dog." Well, he didn't say that. He's basically like, "Shiro, sit." And it's like, "Arf." I think it literally barks before Sensei shows up, and the gems are just like, "What? It made a sound. What was that?" And Post tried to talk with it because it was like, "Well, I was able to talk with the ice flows and the snail. Maybe I could talk to this." And it's like, oh, it's just saying bark bark. I don't know what that means. And then
and when Sensei calls it Shiro or whatever, False is immediately like, "You called it something." No, I didn't.
Hold on a second.
What did you just say? No, I did say that. Huh?
because she was stuck inside its fur at the time, and Sensei didn't even realize Foss was there. He was like,
Foss, what are you doing up there?
Do you know this thing? He's like, nope. It's like sinking into the fur. Nope. Don't go to sleep, Sensei. Oh, shit, sorry. It's just so comfy here. Anyways, no, I don't know this thing. Never seen it before in my life. No.
I can't tell if Sensei is like a top tier gaslighter or not because like it doesn't work.
Is the problem.
Like they know they're being gaslit, but they do go along with it. So he is kind of winning.
I think he's just kind of like, listen, I don't have to tell them shit. And even if they really were threatening me to tell them shit, I could just probably destroy them anyway. So I'm not really scared of just flat out lying to them and them knowing that I'm flat out lying to them. But also, they just have the relationship where all the gems love the sensei and put all of their trust in Sensei at this point. And like even Cinnabar says, like, everybody pretty much knows Sensei's hiding something, but nobody's really going to question it. But Phos is questioning it, and apparently Phos is actually not even going to ask the questions to Sensei. Apparently she's going to go ask the Lunarians themselves, whatever that means, because that was the last thing we were left with. So supposedly they're going to go ask a Lunarian about what's the fuck is going on and find out some other things. So those were pretty much the main events of what happened here. I'm trying to see if I had anything I written down. So for when they go to the beach where the gems are born, I wrote down this quote thing, at least for how it was translated in the English translation, because again, it brings up the ancient life forms things. The ancient life forms decompose in the ocean and are changed to inorganic beings. Then after wandering the earth for perhaps millions of centuries, the Lustrous are born. So I'm trying to piece together the several references to the ancient life forms, because there was another reference where Phos is crying and doesn't understand what the concept of crying is, but it's the metal alloys, or not metal, the gold alloys, platinum alloys, or whatever. The alloys are like leaking out of her eyes, and she's like, I don't know what this is, and it's the only time I can't control it. And Sensei's like, it was a old defect of the ancient life forms. It's not your fault, or something like that. And I'm like, oh, so are these gems partially made from humans? Is that the idea here? But like then they were turned into living gems through that. So are they like part human through evolution or something? Is that what that's supposed to be?
I'm trying to figure out what happened with the snail.
The snail
Nervous said like human beings like kind of like decomposing like 3 separate beings or some shit.
Yeah, so the snails are supposed to represent the flesh, the gems are supposed to represent the bone, and the Lunarians are supposed to be, I think, the spirit or the soul or something like that.
Okay, so we did have, okay. I was trying to figure out if the underwater scene happened.
Yeah. You're trying to figure out if there's spoilers or not? I understand.
Yeah. basically, from my understanding of that, is that the ancient people were those, and they split up into those three, right? Into the flesh of the underwater people, the bones of the gems, and the souls of the moon Lunarians.
Are you saying the ancient life forms are the snail things, or are they humans and they just split up into the
humans.
three? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, humans that split up into those three.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much thinking it is now at this point. Because I wasn't sure entirely before, but now maybe more so. Because they did refer to humans before, but I didn't know if it, like, meant the ancient life forms that Sensei referred to is also humans. So,
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's the same, yeah.
Okay. I do find it funny that Sensei refers to them as the ancient life forms. It does not want to use the term humans with them.
You saw him last time already.
He gets angry about the term humans, which makes me think he's not. Well, I mean, we probably assumed he's not like the same as humans that we know today. But I had assumed he's either going to be a Lunarian or some kind of weird evolutionized form of human who's still alive, maybe. And with how he gets angry about the term humans coming up and referring to them as ancient life forms, as opposed to just using the term humans openly with them, being like, yeah, this is an old species called humans or whatever. But, I'm starting to think he's probably not human, which makes me lean more towards the idea that maybe he's a Lunarian. I don't know. But I don't think he's at all a gem. But, he could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm just here like, all the other gems still, I think I brought this up last week too. All the other gems are mostly represented by their hair. That's like where the actual gem part of the gems seem to, like, with their colors or whatever.
Yep.
Sense is the only one without any hair. So he's like bald. So I don't know. Phobos is daydreaming about Antarcticite and having like nightmares about the gold shit in her arms, I think. Was that what's going on? It looked like there was just a shit ton of her after her interaction with Cinnabar and stuff like that. Or was that supposed to be Cinnabar? I don't remember. What else do we have here? Oh, the fucking Lonely Winter extra chapter. I wrote a note about that.
Oh yeah.
It was just like the winter duties that they have. And one of the most dangerous things apparently during hibernation is the other gems just walking around sleepwalking like Bort. And they're like,
it's like, okay, if you put a blanket over him, he'll fall back to sleep.
Yeah, when this happens, I simply put a blanket over them. and here's Sensei, who smashed his head into a wall from nodding off in the middle of walking. I also just throw a blanket over him when this happens.
Nice like, why? Just because.
The answer is always just throw blankets on them.
It solves the problem,
Very effective weaponry,
I like the I feel like I like the winter outfits more than the spring ones. The spring ones, or I'm sorry, I keep saying spring. It's their summer attire, even though it is spring. I think they only really have two sets of attire: winter attire and summer attire.
I mean, it's about the same.
I mean, it's like the winter attire. I just kind of like more, because like the spring attire is like, and you can sort of see it. Well, not so much in the thumbnail thing. I mean, a little bit of Rutai, but Rutai also has a lab coat, which makes it look a little better. They're like black pants with like black, like, I don't know, suspender straps or whatever. They're like straps that like go over like white shirts that they wear. They wear like just a white collared shirt and like these like black straps that go into black pants, or black skirts, I guess, whatever they are. But I'm just like, Beryl, this is the best you could do. Come on, I don't know. Antarcticite came in rocking the white suit. I'm like, yo, this is sick.
He's got the Aster Phoenix drip.
He's got the drip. He's got that. I don't know. I mean, I guess the outfits look cool in battle, especially for Bort. I think it looks really cool in battle, the summer outfit, but the winter outfits just looked a lot more like better for me, I think. I don't know. But they made a whole big deal out about the change in outfits. And also, Red Beryl also is very like so obsessed with fashion, probably because she has nothing else to do. She like will make intricate sleepwear for them for all of the barely a chapter we see any of it in. So like,
as you do,
they're like very adamant about how they want, which is great for the author because it just gives them an excuse to be like, you know what, I feel like changing up how some of these characters look. I got a character whose only job is to fuck with people's looks in this when she feels like it. Perfect. Now I could just mess with, all right, I want them to wear this outfit now. I feel like this would look cool to try out. And now they could just do that. Oh, what if I want to design custom like outfits for them to wear when they sleep? Well, Red Barrel's there. Now I can just design whatever. It's a nice little tool for the author to use, I guess. And then the 108 pieces the Lunarian broke off into is explained more in detail with a translation note at the end. I think we discussed it last time too. The number is significant in Buddhism, and 108, the 108 pieces refers to like number of like worldly desires and or feelings you can experience, which is like done through math of senses and times and whether something's internal, external, things like that. It says it's like, it says it's the 6 senses: taste, touch, smell, hearing, sight, and consciousness, by whether it is painful, neutral, or positive experience, again by whether it is internal, external, and finally by past, present, future. And then you just multiply all those kind of factors together, and then you get the result of 108. Something like that. So it's an interesting concept. But yeah, so that number also comes up again. We at least know it comes up again in terms of when the manga ends, because the manga ends at 108 chapters specifically because of that. So, yeah. So that's pretty much the events of what happened. I don't know. There's like, I don't understand the ice flows. I understand.
Look, as a Canadian, I can tell you that the ice flow is 100% accurate, okay? I hear them all the time. It's very annoying.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack there. Do you hear them saying, give us your arms? Give us your arms?
Yes!
You can get stronger if you give us your arms. Do you hear them saying that? Okay.
Not that
This explains a lot, actually. This explains a lot.
Wait, hold on.
You know, do the ice flows tell you not to seek out mozzarella sticks? Do they tell you it's a forbidden food?
No, they don't say that. You think they know what moss sticks are?
You know, I feel like everybody except you knows what moss sticks are, but, you know, what do I know?
They're ice. They can't even have moss sticks if they want to. Why do they need to know?
I feel like even the ice flows have had moss sticks, you know? But, like, the ice flows, what I don't understand is...
Give me the moss stick, Shadow.
I mean, and a part of the ice flows things is also just part of the secrets of Sensei being related to the Lunarians in some way too, probably. Because at one point he called them sinners, and he also, I wrote down because he mentioned something with them. He mentioned something with the ice flows. They do have a tendency. Yeah.
I wonder how the ice flows are related to the snail people. Like, if the snail, because the snail people, like, they have more human lifespans, so I wonder if somehow like they are the ice flows in some way.
I wonder if the ice flows don't actually talk, it's just snails underneath them just trying to like talk, and only Phos can understand them, and they just tricked her into stealing the arms. I wonder if that's what happened.
Gaslighting.
Because it would make sense for how the arms suddenly disappeared like completely. Like Antarctica wasn't able to find them. And Phos was able to understand the ice flows, quote unquote. So, you know, that's a theory, a game theory.
A game theory. Because, like, he says that they're sinners, and, like, we already know that some of the snails are working with the Lunarians. I mean, obviously, it's like a kind of blackmail situation, but still, you know.
Right.
The blackmail, the snail guy said he went crazy after having the moon water or whatever the fuck.
You know, I don't know. I just remember the first snail thing was only trying to trick Phos because her sibling was taken by them, and then
we also do a little blackmail. We do both, okay?
You
so
know,
now they have plans if it doesn't work.
But so here's the quote I wrote from Sensei about this, because I didn't understand this fully. He said, they do have a tendency to reflect and amplify the anxiety of those who behold them. They are like the dregs of the ancient life forms. And if I'm going off the theory that the ancient life forms are humans, I don't understand what Sensei's trying to say here.
They're the intrusive thoughts. That's what he's saying.
But is he saying like the ice flows are the manifestation of humans like intrusive thoughts about other people, and he's just the ice flows are basically just mocking people and like fucking with them
Yes.
and like,
Of course.
but like they're just. I'm like confused at why we gave this trait to just floating chunks of ice. I don't understand why we've given this like weird
human-like
creepy nature
qualities,
to them.
alrighty?
They just float around. I don't understand. How are they sinners? I don't know. So the ice flows are like a weird thing for me. I don't understand why we had to give them this kind of attribute to them. Also, Fos getting her gold platinum alloy arms for the first time. Why the fuck did it transform into like a vault and said, fuck you, you trapped inside me for a bit? I don't know if that was just a whole thing where her inclusion is trying to get used to her or what, but it seemed like she like unlocked a cheat code thing. And I didn't know if like
Time.
I didn't know if like the golden R's were like trying to trap her and help through Lunarians or something. Like I don't know
Yeah,
what was
we
going
did a
on
little
with that.
trolling.
Because it just seemed like, hey,
they really did like Antarctica for making fun of them. That's why. And they were
true.
spiteful.
True. You thought we were useless and that we couldn't be attached. Well, now guess what? You're about to get taken away, motherfucker.
And we're not going to help you.
And we're not gonna help you. All we get is your foot. That's it. Just 1 foot.
Left
So.
foot.
1 foot. Yes. Also, there's a random scene where Fos was trying to wonder whether she should team with Bort or not, and she just asks random jellyfish that they have and tries to determine based on how many of them jump. There's like 4 of them and only 2 of them jump and 2 of them don't. She's like, 50-50. I'm like, this is a random time to add a little detail about some shit that they have just lying around. They just have random jellyfish in their school that are apparently sentient enough to understand them. Or maybe just Fos because she could talk to sea things now, I guess. But I was like, are these just like the lights that they have roaming around in there? They just have jellyfish in like little like containers around the place. You know, it's just a little like detail. Didn't really do anything except establish. Well, one, it added like a joke of like, no, we're not deciding. You have to pick this shit for yourself, Fos. But also it's just established like, yeah, they got jellyfish, you know, in random parts of the school. What are they there for? I don't know. They're just there. Don't worry about
They
it.
kept the snail for a bit.
I kind of like it though. It's like one of those details where I'm like, well, that's a weird random thing to add, but also I'm just like, you know, I'm kind of glad we did that instead of just giving me a whole exposition for why they're there. It's one of those things where, you know, it's just a part of the lore thing.
This is more.
Maybe it's added later on more directly. Maybe it's just expanded on naturally. I think I saw there's like an encyclopedia lore book for the series. I don't think it's been officially translated, but it's been like partially translated on like their wikis, I think. And that is like very detailed on a lot of stuff. And those kind of things might be explained in that thing, I think. I only know about that thing because I was trying to look up about the summer and winter outfits, and apparently those are expanded upon more so in that encyclopedia of lore about this series. It's got a weird as fuck name, the encyclopedia too. It's like a random series of like numbers that I'm assuming refer to a gem. I don't know. It's some weird thing. Yeah, so we have things that have happened. Fos is very much changed now. Very like moodier than before, or like more just depressed. It sounds like. Still,
Emo arc.
You know, still doesn't
Intrusive thoughts away. Look what happened.
Doesn't know what she's gonna do to help Cinnabar now. You know, barely like almost forgot about Cinnabar for a second there. Until the next one was like, you know, maybe we shouldn't have her forget about Cinnabar yet. And I was like, damn it, you cowards, you cowards. So I feel like losing 4 fucking limbs. I feel like losing 4 fucking limbs of your body should fuck with your memory a lot more. But you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fairly recent memory. You know, it's not too bad.
Because it seems like most of her memory changes are just the name. But I mean, then again, it's hard for it would be hard for the series to naturally show us how a lot of her memories might be gone, because she wouldn't know that they're gone to bring up the fact that they're gone. So the easiest thing they could do
is someone else to bring it up.
Yeah, you need somebody else to bring it up. And the easiest way they have to verify that is somebody saying a name and her being like, "Who is that? Oh, this person. That's who it was. Oh, Jade. That's who Jade is. Oh, okay." Like,
I don't remember much from the snail guy was saying. But here's what I know. Stuff like that.
Antarcticite was like really pissed at the Lunarians when they were like starting to take parts of Antarcticite, but it was they like even shout it was only because like they're like pissed at the idea of them stealing a part of their body and they forget Sensei. I'm like, damn, these gems are really down bad. These gems are all down bad for Sensei. Holy shit. You gotta chill there, Antarcticite. Antarcticite's already upset that their like intimate, personal, private ritual of like hugging Sensei during the winter when they're like lonely is interrupted by Phos being there. So they're already annoyed by that. They're also used to working by themselves, so they blame themselves for when Phos's arms get taken because they're just not used to working with other people. So I don't know. Antarcticite seems pretty chill. You get it?
Oh yeah, there's one chapter where it's just Phos and Antarctica doing things, and like, wow,
Yeah.
you really don't have a plan for there being another person here, huh?
Yeah, he's just like, I just go out, I kill these things, and then I just throw
That-
blankets on sleepwalking gems. They even say, like, this room is the most dangerous room, the hibernation room. Be careful of this room, okay? Because they'll sleepwalk. We got fucking Bort. You don't want to mess with Bort when they're sleepwalking. Shit like that.
Stop blanket on him, it'll work. He goes back to sleep.
Just throw a blanket on him, yeah. So,
Antarcticite had a really interesting character design, like both his like weaponry. Like he carried like a saw blade for a sword, but I mean
Yes.
most of the time when they were dealing with the ice flow, it's like they use their heels, right? Like I think they're the only one that wears like stiletto high heels,
yes.
and then like so like he penetrates the ice first, and then he like saws it, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it makes, sense with those, like, features to them. Like, it specifically to, and I didn't know if, like, they can just adjust their form to however they please because of the fact that they're originally liquid form. So like things like the sword or whatever can just be crafted themselves as they're being crystallized, I guess. But they also said I think Antarcticite can get stronger as the winter temperatures get colder. So like I think at first they mentioned like him and Phospholite are supposed to be about the same hardness at a certain time, and yet Phospholite feels like more useless, and they're like, shouldn't you be ashamed or whatever? We're like the same hardness right now. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But Phos is just like, but I only got my legs. My legs have me move fast. I don't know how to fucking fight. And then she gets gold arms and becomes super duper OP fighter, like overnight. You like barely see the transition because like we just skip from you have golden arms now to you have golden arms and Antarcticite is gone. And now let's go to spring. Oh yeah, you're like drastically changed that. But like I understand why we did that. It was to like showcase to the reader how much she has changed in the same kind of way that the gems would also see that change too, where like we don't see the gradual way that her combat ability and like the fact that she has to be awake as the only one to defend them during winter, how that has changed her over time. We just see the results of it. So in a way, it keeps us interested in what's going on with Phos the same way as everybody else is obsessed. I just really am glad that even if Phos is now like all moody, at least the other gems are here to bring in the comedy. With them all being obsessed with Phos, it brought enough of the comedic bits for me to be like super duper entertained with like how they were fucking around trying to figure out like, oh my god, Phos, you've changed. Oh my god. Rutai being like, yeah, so we're gonna experiment on you, so just stand right there and shit like that. And I don't know. It's cool. It's nice.
Just a second, I swear.
Yeah. So
What was it about? What was it about the last chapter where Phos was like what was it? I think she's like she forgot what her original goal was. Like, was that like a thing or something?
I think it's supposed to be something like because she's supposed to be trying to find a job for Cinnabar. Basically, not necessarily a job, but like something to make Cinnabar feel more purpose. Because right now, Cinnabar is just isolated from everybody else because of her toxic nature and feels like she's useless, or not useless, but like not wanted. Like even the Lunarians don't want her. And so she started the series trying to figure out what to do to help Cinnabar with how she's living. And now with her changes, she's like starting to not focus on Cinnabar as much as like a thing. She's more focused on her own changes, it seems like. And that's probably also symbolized with the the cinnabar that's hidden on all of the covers of the manga, which you don't see, but you see her in the full art. As the volumes go on, she looks like she's getting further and further away from everybody else in the group, which is supposed to be, symbolic of how she's becoming more and more distant from even Fos's attention, which would really solidify how isolated she feels. So that's probably more so going to ramp up later on. There's probably going to be a whole point for a while eventually where Cinnabar is just not even a thought in some kind of way for people like Fos, and then somebody will bring up Cinnabar, and Fos will have changed so much at a certain point to where they're just like not really just having forgotten Cinnabar. Maybe they will have completely forgotten Cinnabar, but just doesn't care about Cinnabar anymore because that part of her personality will probably be gone. That's my assumption for what will probably eventually happen. Because a lot of the series seems like it's focused on Phosphophyllite's changes and its changes in behaviors and how the nature of these changes are shaping how what Phosphophylite views as important in life and what the meaning of purpose can mean to different types of people. So one quote that I took down that I really enjoyed that encapsulated this was an interaction she had with Antarcticite before Antarcticite was taken away. It was Antarcticite saying, "We're not very hard. If you take our courage away from us, we have nothing left." And the Phosphophylite goes, "I can only do the things that I can do." And then they go, "Because you only try the things that you can do." And then Phos goes, "But if I can do it, I do my best." And the Antarcticite goes, "But you'll never be able to do anything else." And like that's like, it's very important because it's like, Diamond told Phosphophylite to try doing something to change something with her life if she really wanted to, make these big discoveries or really wanted to help Cinnabar or try to discover something new, like try doing a change or whatever. And Phos is just too scared to do a lot of things because she only knows what she can do and is just too scared to try anything she doesn't know what to do. And you can apply this thing with a whole bunch of stuff. Like with me and art, where I'm just like, I'm a programmer, I don't understand how to do some of these concepts, but if I don't try to do these fucking things, I'm never going to learn those fucking concepts. And that's kind of why, like, with a whole bunch of people with like the things that they're focusing on in life, where a lot of people are just like, well, this is the thing I know, so I can't really do that thing. Well, you only can't do that thing because you haven't tried to even attempt to see how you do that thing, So, like, you're never going to change as a person if you're not actually trying these other things, is, like, the big takeaway. And, like, I mean, they directly kind of say it, too. So, it's not, like, a super, super deep thing. They're kind of just directly saying it. But it can be applied to a whole bunch of more things than just Phos in combat. And that seems to be the running theme with a lot of her changes, too. Like, she's getting... I don't know. It's a mixed thing for me too, because I understand the point of that message, right? But it also feels like a lot of her changes are just from being literally changed too. Like having the gold alloy arms and being able to fight as a result of it seems like that does a lot of the heavy lifting for her actual change. And like it's supposed to be resulting in her personality change too. But I don't know. It feels weird for her to get all these messages about trying something new. And then the something new that she tried is just, I literally have different body parts that give me superpowers now. So, like, I don't know. It kind of gives me this feeling of, like, you're just being handed certain talents, and it's affecting your personality as a result. And I don't know if that's something that's going to be, like, compared to someone else later on. Like, if one of the other gems, like Diamond, starts trying to make changes herself. But more so in, like, how she will approach experiences and like compare that to how Phosphophylite has changed as a result of having body parts literally changed and her having new powers or whatever. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of thoughts spinning in my head about this kind of stuff. I don't know. What are thoughts you guys have about some of the stuff that has been going on? What are some thoughts that we got here? Any thoughts? Any thinkers?
There's this one panel where Jade's like, "Hey Sensei, you ever feel lonely sometimes?" And he's like, "That's a secret." Like, pick some up, and then someone's like, "Me too, Sensei. Come on, pick me up."
He's just playing around with I think that's obsidian. I don't remember.
No,
They're
that's
just
Jade.
picking them up, and they're just like, that's
Obsidian's
a
on these
secret.
chapters.
And they're just playing with them like they're like a little kid or whatever. I mean, because to him they are little kids, but yeah,
Very small.
it's nice little like fun panels that they'll have with them at times. A nice little fun. It's fun. We're gonna need fun now that False is all moody and sad and emo.
There's
so.
there's the page where it shows all the characters in Antarctica, just like a picture
Oh
in the
yeah,
top
because
left.
he's not there.
But they got his leg.
Not dead, but they got his leg. I mean,
But-
I do really enjoy how each of the volumes is going to have like an updated bio about all the characters.
Not all of them. I noticed a couple of characters are missing here, not
Who?
in these chapters.
Who's missing?
Hold on, let me cross.
I didn't
reference
catch
real quick
anyone who was
here.
missing. I feel like you're just lying. I feel like you're lying.
Morganite, Goshenite, and
Oh,
Obsidian.
Oh, true.
Not here.
That's true. Obsidian's not there. I thought Obsidian was there. Maybe I'm just losing.
Oh.
But those are like smaller, even smaller small side characters. I don't even know if like. No, Obsidian is there. You're just lying. Obsidian's on the
my bad.
ground. You just lied. Why would you lie?
Okay, look, I got the other two right. Okay.
Yeah, you did get the other two right. I'll give you some points for that. Okay, it's gonna be on the quiz. Don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be on the quiz.
What characters are missing in this volume?
Yeah, what characters are missing in the volume 2 and 3 like character bios or whatever? You're gonna not have. an
Also,
answer.
a funny update on in Amethyst. They don't know which one's which anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Where like the volumes are just starting to say like nobody bothers determining who's who, and they don't even know at this point. So it's just like little details about them. Meanwhile, we've only really seen them interact during like the combat with foes. So like we don't even see some kind of interaction in the story where they don't even question who's who. It's just extra lore in the character bio saying, yeah, they just don't know which is which. Anyways, I love how the Phosphophilite bio for one of them is just the hero of our story currently undergoing serious physical changes. Is that all? Is that all?
It should have been currently undergoing a severe physical trauma or something.
Wait,
The
what's
one
this
for
one?
volume 4, it says that he lost his arms, and it says what's next? His heart.
Yeah, so in the official it says the hero of our story has now lost both hands and feels as if the soul will be the next to go. That's all. That's the word. It says that's all. I didn't add that in. That says that's all. So,
That's so
Rutile,
good.
Rutile, the bio now refers to as sexy legs. Which, from what I had heard or seen online, is supposed to be a reference to Rutile in real life, I guess. I don't know exactly. I think it's because Rutile is usually an inclusion that's like a needle-like inclusion, so maybe it's supposed to be a reference to like that. Sexy legs, a bit on the mad side. So we got our mad scientists enjoyers. I'm right here. Okay, we appreciate them. A little dissection of the gold phosphophilate shows up. Okay, what did we see in this one? I always really like the colored pages to see all the different hairs of the gems. It just keeps making me jealous though of the idea of this whole series being colored. I would have really have liked to see this whole series be colored, and I'm sure there's probably a fan work where they color all the pages probably, but
Can we get like a Mega Man Master Mix where it just like it's it again and just like color all the pages? That'd be cool.
it looks so nice. Like the anime, it looks so nice because like you get all the colors for the gems, so it's able to like utilize that to make things look really really nice. Alexandrite is finally another gem with long hair in the group. I think most of them have like short hair except for like Bort, but like now Alexandrite has long hair, and
I like the description for Alexandrite is not your average Moon People maniac.
yeah, the official one says Lunarian research maniac prefers to be called Alexei, which I guess is like some reference to the Japanese name. In the Japanese-speaking world, Alexandra's name is Alexandrito, which is quite a mouthful. The obvious abbreviation of the name is Arexi, with a san, the Japanese equivalent of Mr. or Miss, added for respect, or in this case, disrespect, as it is already in the original name and is clearly not the gem's preferred form of address. Alexandra prefers to be addressed with the cuter and friendlier name suffix chan. The translators attempted to replicate this by using the more obvious nickname Alex and the cuter nickname Alexi. That makes sense. Somebody wrote in the YouTube chat, the sexy legs is a reference to the meme page where they model for a red barrel. Oh, there you go. I remember that was the bonus meme, right? The bonus meme of, what was it, volume 2? Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, what other things do we have here? So we got the two covers. I just want to talk about the two covers, the cover arts themselves. I chose this one for the thumbnail just because there's like more to look at, I guess, for like the gems grouped up, and also it's like nice with the like flower view or whatever. The third volume cover, I don't know if I like it. I feel like it could have been a lot cooler than it was. It's like the third volume cover is you have Alexandrite and you have Foe, because they're supposed to be like the only two awake, but like it's a red background and then like everything's like this dark purpley shadow, and it's really like highlighting Foe's gold arms. I don't know. I just kind of don't like the cover.
So Antarctica, you can only see him. You get his ass. That's
It's
it.
like, yeah, you like, I mean, and when I turn it into a thumbnail, it's like just zoomed in on Phos, and like it would just be Antarcticite's ass and like their heel, I guess. Like that's why I chose this other thumbnail. But like
this author has very specific taste. I mean, that's very noticeable. We'll just put it like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but because like Volume 1's cover, gorgeous. Volume 2's cover, I also thought was gorgeous. Volume 3 or 4, I think is gorgeous. Volume 3, I'm gonna give it a not great out of 10. Not bad, but not great. You know, I feel like we had potential for more we could have done with suited up Antarcticite. All right, but instead we just get like a shadowy ass of him, and then also like a literal cold shoulder from him. Which did not go unnoticed from me. The fact that they highlighted his cold shoulder. Okay, it did not go unnoticed. Which I thought was weird though. How they highlighted that, but then also all Phos remembers about them was them being so kind and courageous. Like they always make Antarcticite sound like they were like some really like nice and happy person, where like really they just seem like always seem very cold, and I thought that was a literal part of their personality. And like the only really time it seemed like their actual personality comes out is when they're alone with Sensei to have their like intimate moment or whatever. Volume 3 is accepted by the fandom as the worst cover. Okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy and thinking that then. I'm glad I'm not crazy because...
Where the hell are you reading that?
From YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
You know we're on YouTube, right? We stream. You know we're live, right, motherfucker?
I thought you were just like reading the Wikipedia page or something, where it's like, oh,
it's
Wikipedia
official.
says.
It's official. I just asked all of the fans right now on the subreddit, okay, which apparently regularly still gets posted to, and I know this because I've opened up like 2 threads, and now Reddit won't shut the fuck up about telling me new posts that happen on the subreddit.
Yeah.
Because Reddit does that. If you open up any subreddit once, they will just not shut the fuck up.
If you think about a subreddit you're not on, it won't shut up about it.
And it's annoying too because I don't want them to show up because I don't want potential spoilers to show up based on whatever titles show up. So I'm probably gonna have to go in and see.
This is the benefit of not being a Redditor.
You know, based. It's based. So I'm glad to know I'm not crazy in my dislike for Volume 3 because I feel like we could have done so much more. Antarcticite looks so cool, but so swing and a miss with that, but all the other ones seem like very, very well done covers. Rest in peace, Antarcticite. Never to be seen again, ever. Gone forever. Gone too soon. I will now be like Anne. I will now be leaving book club forever because Antarcticite is gone. It is unfortunate, but this is what I must do. It has to be done.
Great. So next week I will be hosting book club. I hope you've all read up to volume 8. We're gonna do a new format where we actually read 4 volumes.
Oh my
every
god!
Week. Just a bit faster pace.
Really, doing the speed run?
I feel like Turndo could do it. I don't know if Shadow could do it.
I could do it.
4 volumes.
I just need to break myself. Don't worry.
You also gotta have notes ready for all of them too. Okay, you gotta be ready to talk about them.
Fine.
Luckily for you, Ari is not taking over the book club yet. Okay, I am not holding out I'm not like, I'm not going to sit here and say Antarctica's dead, never coming back. They can come back. We have their foot. They can be brought back. They can be brought back. The Lunarians could show up with bits of, Antarcticite and everything. So it could always happen.
Clump together one foot at a time.
Now, I think we're at the end of what the first season of the anime covered. If we're not there yet, we're like pretty close to it. I remember the stuff with the dog Lunarian. I remember the stuff with the dog Lunarian thing. But I think that was closer to the end. Because I remember her getting the gold hands in the anime, I thought happened like halfway through the series in the anime. So I was shocked when I read this volume. I'm like, wow, we're getting to the gold hands already? Because it's been a while since I watched the anime. So I'm like, damn, we're like really going through this. But now it just means probably that we're about to be on brand new territory for me. Even though most of it's been brand new territory because it's been a while since I watched it. So I'm just going to check the Wikipedia page real quick to see what the description of the last episode of the anime is going to be. If we're not there already at the last episode to what the anime was, then we're about to be in the next volume pretty much, is what it felt like. The last episode. Okay, no. So yeah, there's like one more episode that has not been covered yet in the manga. So it's probably just going to be covered in this next volume, and then we're all done with whatever the anime covered. Because episode 11, there's 12 episodes of the anime. Episode 11 was the end of what we just saw. So now we're about to be going on to manga-only memes. No anime. Will there ever be a season 2? Maybe. The series is done now. And they only covered 5 volumes.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Exorcist is now apparently getting a full anime, is what it looks like, because the manga's ending, so never know.
You never know. Wait, what studio did the anime for Land of the Lustrous? Let me see here. The studio, I think, was it Orange? Yeah, it was Studio Orange.
Oh.
I don't know. If they are going to do it, maybe it won't be anytime soon, because I think they're busy with Trigun Stampede stuff right now.
Still? Yeah.
Yeah, because they're doing a sequel for that.
Maybe
and also the Beastars final season, I think they're working on that. Or if that might be done with that soon, I think, and then going into post-production. I don't know. They're still working on that. That might be a while if we are getting a sequel. It might be a while. Studio Orange is doing amazing things right now with some other series. Might take them a while. All right.
Yep.
What else we got? Anything else we want to say? Any other memes?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing to say?
No.
No thoughts?
No.
I know you can't. I know I can't ask you for predictions about what's going to happen because you know what's going to happen. You've read fucking 8 volumes already.
I still think that Sensei is a Lunarian.
Wow.
I have no confirmation or whatever on that, so it's still my
Spoilers, Ari, come on.
She has confirmation. She's just like spoiling it right now for us. It's fine. It's fine.
No. I spoilers because now we won't get confirmation. And
Listen, that's what I would do too. I would just read ahead, this act like it was a prediction, and be like, "Whoa, guys, I was right." You know, I would do that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Turndo, what do you think is going to happen?
Probably some Lunarian's gonna wake up Sensei from his sleep, and he's gonna go like Super Saiyan or something.
Do we think
finally he'll get his hair back?
Do we think, because like, is there a concern about the Lunarians going after Sensei, or are they only concerned about the gems? Because like,
that's what I was about to ask y'all. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, because I did notice there was a whole tactical attack involved with them taking Antarcticite, where they had also sent Lunarians to keep hold of Sensei long enough to take Antarcticite, which obviously didn't work to like stop him from going. They tried to use a new method of capturing, and it just didn't work. But their goal seemed like it was just to distract him long enough because the beach was far away, so they wouldn't be able to stop them. So the fact that they factored in Sensei as a thing in their plan tells me that, like, well, obviously they recognize Sensei's there, and obviously they recognize he's the strongest there and could instantly stop them. But also, you know, I don't know if their plan was to go after Antarcticite instead of Sensei when he's by himself. It tells me either they're not trying to take Sensei, or they're not ready to try to take Sensei. Maybe because they have these new types that are using different parts of gems to help them out, maybe they're trying to also steal enough to be able to steal Sensei. And once they have like enough different parts to like power up one Lunarian, then they give them like 50 fucking different parts of other gems, and then like they're like a super powered Lunarian thing, maybe.
Finally,
don't
can
know.
beat Sensei. I going against the weaker mobs for a bit here.
But also Sensei doesn't seem like the person who's like angry at the Lunarians. Like the third volume opened with him saying "you poor thing" at a Lunarian before like erasing it. So I don't know what's going on with Sensei's relationship with the Lunarians, but it seems like we're going to find out more about that as the series continues. Slowly over time, we will learn more about the deep secrets. Is he a Lunarian? That's my running guess, but he could be, maybe. Or he could not be a Lunarian at all. Maybe he is just a random rock. Just a random, regular rock.
It's all the rocks.
I did find it funny, the idea of like their hibernation just being a series of like blankets, like all over the place. And I'm just imagining like in real life, just somebody being like, "All right, rocks, it's time for your hibernation." They just put a blanket on their rock collection. All right, sleep tight, sleep tight, little fossil.
I'm telling you, it's all one schizophrenic episode.
It's all just Kongo Sensei just chilling in his home with an aquarium full of rocks and some snails in it. It could be.
And his like brothers like Gundam sets or Warhammer stuff.
The Warhammer of the Lunarians. Is that what this is?
Yes, it is.
And he's just
It's
playing
just an
like
army of something.
he's just actually just playing like the Warhammer characters are fighting the gems. There's just like a little child in like their room, be like pew pew pew. Soon they're gonna find Bionicles, and then that's when they really see. Those are the new type Lunarians. Okay, they're the Bionicles that are attacking. All right, well. That was volumes 3 and 4. Do you have anything else to say before we wrap up for this week? Any other theories, questions, concerns? Wow, so exciting.
I guess I'm kind of like the whole Mega Man like, hey, here's this new program, by the way. I'm already telling you, it's gonna fuck up your personality too, by the way. So good luck.
I don't know how much more Foes can change at this point.
Look, we got the leg part, we got the arm part, we're just missing head and body part. I'm telling you, it's Mega Man X all the way down.
I feel like the furthest she could go is just completely emotionless, and just like a battle emotionless machine. Like that's the furthest it seems like we can go, and I don't know if that's where this is headed. But again, it's one of those things where I'm just like, we seem to be repeating themes about change, and her change is not like seem to be a change of her trying new things. It's just her getting new limbs, and then it's
also very drastic.
Pulse's changes, like in this beginning, is very polarizing in the sense of like it's not. None of the changes are small, little, gradual steps like everyone wanted Pulse to change. Like I say everyone is in the gyms themselves, not like fans. Like the other gyms were like.
Don't worry.
I just said, Ari.
Go, just figure out, something you're good at. And Vols is like, what if I lose my legs?
What if I just replace them? What if I just switch everything?
What if I use my hair to, like, plug up all the holes of the gym that I'm missing, and I get, gold arms that, like, do metal, like, goop stuff. What if I changed like that? It's like,
and then all the other gyms are just like, you could do that? What the fuck?
It's like we need to calm it down a bit, False. When they said change, they didn't mean like full on,
It's morbid time.
Well, it sounds like Foss is gonna get a haircut.
They pretty much already did, right? They adjusted their hair a bit. They made it shorter and said that they moved parts of it, I think. And Barrel's pissed at the haircut. Like, what the fuck did you do to the hair? Did you grow an inch? Like, what? You're not supposed to change any of this shit. I thought that was hilarious. Or they're just like measuring her angrily.
Who changed for me?
These heels are so nice, though, you motherfucker. Like, shit like that. Will Red Barrel be able to design an outfit that works for Fos? I don't know if you can with the gold arms, but They'll figure something out. I believe in you, Red Barrel. I believe in you, Boss. I hope your changes go safely. And I hope Antarcticite comes back at some point. You seem pretty chill. I also want some of those other gems that they keep referring to, like Sapphire, to come back.
I see them.
I want to meet more gems. And I feel like now we've probably met most of the gems that we're going to see here.
I mean,
I
we're
don't
like
feel like-
many characters already.
I want to meet more gems, okay? I want to meet more. I like these gem OCs, okay? They're cool. They're nice. Oh, I need to check again to see if we are mentioning Steven Universe at the end on the back of the manga volumes, because I don't think they do.
No, you don't. Okay, wrap up. Great. Thanks for joining.
Land of the Lustrous is a showstopper, a testament to the richness of Haruko Ichikawa's imagination. Land of the Lustrous always feels unique and genuine, visually stunning, and the most thought-provoking work in the visual medium of 2017 so far. Damn.
Since Steven Universe.
Since Minecraft.
Since Yu-Gi-Oh! Gem Knight players.
Bro, I'm just realizing, bro, they reused the same quotes for Volume 3 and 4. Bro, you can't, bro, it's the same quotes from both people.
It's the same stuff. I mean, it's just a manga.
Yeah, we're in Steven Universe.
Solid rocks, brother.
Well, I just realized that one of those quotes is from Volume 1, too. Wait, why is Volume 2 the only one that said an elegant... Volume 2 is the only one that just randomly says, an elegant new action manga for fans of Steven Universe. And I'm now realizing it does not list it as a quote. So for some reason, for Volume 2,
statement.
They did not take one of the quotes that they already reused in all the manga. They just wrote up something themselves, I'm assuming, because there's no quote to it. And it just says, an elegant new action manga for fans of Steven Universe.
This is fact, chap. Okay.
You know, some Kodansha comics editor for that volume
I was being a real comedian.
just gotten into Steven Universe, I guess. And we're just like, yo, this is just like it. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So there you go. That was volumes 3 and 4.
Oh wait, hold on. We can also definitively say there's no Christmas in this manga.
There's no Christmas because they all sleep through it. Like, what the fuck? I don't get Christmas. I don't get like Christmas attire. I don't get like a Christmas party with Red Barrel being like. I don't get a funny extra chapter where like before they go to sleep they have like a Christmas party.
No, sorry.
How dare they not have Christian holidays represented here
manga.
in this Buddhism manga?
Yeah. You know, what a sham.
This is bullshit. I was robbed.
You're robbed.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming to join us for another exciting week of the Anime Book Club. That is all for volumes 3 and 4. Join us next week for volumes 5 and 6, which should be chapters 29 to 44. We start same time as usual, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on youtube.wolfborg.com, twitch.wolfborg.com, and kick.wolfborg.com. All of those things. And sometimes you'll see me streaming on Twitch if I feel like it as well. I've been streaming the past couple nights on there, trying to do art and hanging out and all that. I'm working on this one art piece thing that I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight to continue it or if I'm just going to continue it on my own off stream or whatever, but I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. It's late, but I'm working on it, okay? I wanted it to be done by yesterday. It is not yesterday anymore, so it's late. But I'm working on it.
It's not yesterday.
It's not yesterday anymore. I checked.
It's today.
I checked the calendar. It's not yesterday anymore. So anyways, that was volumes 3 and 4. Join us next week for volumes 5 and 6. And we will talk to you all next week. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all these things. Hit the like buttons, hit the sub buttons. Goodbye, everybody. Stay safe. Don't get taken by the Lunarians. Try not to sleepwalk during hibernation. Good night, stream.